rates are down.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to probably be going much further down. That's one man's opinion. And it's a free opinion. You know what they say about free advice. It's worth what you pay for it. But we're in the high fives. And the truth of the matter is, I mean, this is ridiculous, but on February 7th, it'll be 44 years I'm doing this.
Wow.
And we should be prospering. Houses should be selling like popcorn in the movie theater in the high fives. But there's just too many people, consumers, realtors, mortgage people, especially younger generation realtors, mortgage people. Oh my God, rates were 2.5% a few years ago. Yeah, they're so high now. What are we going to do? They're not high. Those COVID rates were as much of a curse to this country as a blessing. What say you about that maybe statement that a lot of people disagree with?
Okay, so let's talk about some of the COVID burn that we're starting to deal with right now. I think you're exactly correct. There's a lot of people that have 2.1% interest rates on their home and they're stuck. Okay. I'm not going to even tell you that I'm not one of them. I have a less than 2% rate on my house right now. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to die in that house. That's just how that works. But but it's kind of amazing. But let's talk about the other side of that burn. Not only do they have really great rates, but the people that are forced to sell right now, and there's a good amount of them for relocations, army deployments, whatever it may be.
Another baby.
Correct.
There's all sorts of reasons.
They overpaid for their house. They paid above appraised value.
Yes.
And that burn is starting to hit quite heavily. You've done this for 44 years. I've done this for 26, obviously half.
You're a kid.
Half. But anyway, you and I both remember in the 2000s seeing people have to bring money to closing.
That's right.
in those times after the downturn, after the crash. I'm seeing it again. I'm seeing tens of thousands of dollars having to be brought to closing. It's really kind of insane. Now, the good news is, though, that we're starting to see a lot of people who have bought in the time when the rates jumped starting to sell. So they're starting to move off their first house. So the majority of the rates that are out there, it is high still in the 2s to 3%, but we're starting to see a lot of people who do have 7s and high 6s starting to move around.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes.
The other good news is right now, the builders are hurting. A lot of them are, feeling the burn. So they're giving interest rates in the 4s. An admin at my one office has been a renter for 4 years now. She just recently went out and bought a house over the weekend, and she's getting a 3.75 rate because the builder literally bought the rate down. And now it's bad, but she's 61. She's not going anywhere. So
that's right.
I'll take it. But the builders are artificially lowering the rates pretty heavily right now.
And people have to realize, I do a lot of builder business over my 4 decades. I love my builders. But you have to realize, let's just take that 3 3/4 rate with rates being in the high 5s right now. And I don't want to get personal with your administrator, but let's say it's a $400,000 house, 500, 300, whatever. That buy down is $25,000, $30,000. Do they really think? Does anybody really think the builder is paying that? It's added to the price of your home. So yes, you're paying it, and I'm not against this. It gets you a lower payment. It takes that money and divides it into 30 years, but the builder's not coming out of pocket to buy that rate down.
No.
They may be on the closing statement,
right?
But it's added into the
100%, and that's very, very true right now. But we're starting to see, the people are moving around. I can tell you right now from our business picked up drastically in December, and has been getting momentum.
Yes, me too.
Our one office in Trinity clocked 21 contracts this past week.
Wow.
We're starting to see a lot of things starting to shift and move. And I think, like you said at the beginning of this, one man's opinion, if the rates get anywhere near 5.4, 5.5, it's Katie bar the door. because there's so
Yes.
much pent up demand. And
Yes.
I think a lot of people have heartburn coming off a 3.75 rate going up to a 7.75 rate.
Yes.
But a 5.4, I think they can stomach.
Palatable, very palatable.
Especially in a market right now where the sellers are willing to contribute towards closing cost concessions that could be used to buy that rate down slightly.
Exactly.
So now the problem with that is that's a blip in the radar. Okay. We're going to have, as soon as the rates hit 5.5%, most people are going to have 6 months, maybe less, to jump into the market and get a house before the prices of the listings start to soar again. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So it's really funny. Everybody talks, buyer's market, seller's market, whatever it is. We don't have any market right now. We have
that's so true.
Inventory that says seller's market, but we don't have the buying populace for it to be a seller's market.
That's right.
So it's a very weird market right now, but it's a great market if you're looking to get in. It's an incredible market if you're looking to get in. If you've waited to buy your first home, now's the time.